Hey Narwhals, it's your host Luke Narwhal, and today we're going to be reading Ask Reddit. At what point did you look at yourself or your life and think, I really need to make a change? Leave a like and subscribe for more. When I couldn't see my wiener while taking a shower. After a knee injury, I was unable to work for almost a year, or rather, unable to go through my normal workout. I didn't change my eating habits accordingly. The first day I looked down and only saw gut was a shocker to me and got me back into my core exercises again. When I was 16, my weed-smoking buddies were starting to get into harder drugs. My older brother and partner in crime was starting to get into trouble for violent crimes. Either he was beating up someone, or someone was beating him up. He got pretty tore up from a few fights. He was eventually in and out of jail. Only short stays though. But I figured if I didn't get out now, I was gonna wind up a deadbeat like them, or just dead. I explained the situation to my dad, who was aware of mine and my brother's hooligan ways, and he told me I needed to go to college. I ditched that group and went into homeschool so I could get away from all the riffraff. I finished high school early in December, midterm, and as soon as college signups were open in January, my dad and I packed my things and he drove me to a nice college a few hours away. We moved my stuff into the dorms that day, and I never looked back. I graduated with my degree a few years ago, and I will be buying a minority stake in my boss's practice very soon. After the mother of my child cheated on me and left me with full custody, I was not about to let her feel like she could get the better deal by leaving. So I got on antidepressants and made such intense lifestyle changes that I was among the most toned and appropriately muscular people I knew. Along with that, I finished my undergrad and am now nearly finished the equivalent of a master's degree, all while raising our kid without her. It all comes from that point of thinking, I want you to regret robbing my child of a mother. Revenge bought is good, but I went full revenge life on her. It's fascinating what people can accomplish simply out of spite. The times that I remember that I'm the person that hates me the most. The most important thing I've been told, learn to like yourself, because you'll be spending most of the time with that person. Don't know if it is as life-altering for anyone else, but for me, it was profound. First time, when I woke up naked in a backyard koi pond in a neighborhood I had never been in without any belongings. Shortly after the koi pond incident, woke up in the middle of the woods. Luckily found my cell phone nearby. Friend figured out where I was and came to get me. Both times I ended up in a place without my car. Finding it was tough. I quit doing drugs and stopped drinking after that and got help for my CPTSD. I tell people that I was lucky that I didn't end up dead in a ditch somewhere. They think I'm joking. But I'm not. Childhood trauma will try and kill you as an adult. I was tired all the time, didn't eat anything healthy, didn't hang out with friends, barely spoke to anyone at work, and genuinely did not like being awake. Even playing with my dog was annoying me. Out of curiosity, what was the change that you made? I feel like I'm very close to this point, or was a few weeks ago, and I've only made a conscious effort to eat better and talk to my doctor about potentially having depression. Neither have made me feel particularly better. Not OP, but I can relate. I was in that spot for a good 4 years. I spent so much time alone to the point where I got bored of everything. Internet, books, games. I would literally just lie in bed and think. One day I realized that this crap requires effort. I started taking my life seriously, got a lower paying job in the field I wanted to be in, and started seeing a therapist. Took a couple of tries, but I found someone I mesh with. It's like having a little angel on your shoulder whose only job is to help you. None of that would have happened if I didn't try. Everything requires effort, whether it's career related or just trying to make a friggin' friend. Nothing is gonna happen if you don't try. And yes, that means getting out of your comfort zone. When my job made me so miserable that I began having strange mood swings. Some days I have to sit in the bathroom because I can't stop crying. And some days I become violently, irrationally, throw my desk through the 5th floor window, angry. I was working in a restaurant and they were rolling out this fancy new menu, so for 2 weeks they had us all come in every evening to try the food with the wine pairings. I'm not sure how it happened exactly, but we ended up taking the excuse to all go out together after. So for 2 weeks we had our tastings and then went and partied together. Before then, my whole world was the guy I was dating and the friends we shared. These 2 weeks frigged my head up real bad. People were nice to me. They wanted me around. They wanted me to participate. They laughed at jokes and sincerely listened if the chats got serious. They were essentially strangers, and they treated me better than anyone in my life ever had. And my God, I was happy. Do you have any idea what it feels like to realize what happiness truly feels like when you haven't felt it in years? 2 weeks later, I left my BF at the time. My friends decided that made me a B, so I cut them too. I cut out my family as well, cause Frig being their scapegoat. I didn't just jump to the new friends either. I'm now married to one, and another I call my music mom, but I didn't jump right to it. I had finally realized that I hated myself and that was wrong. I went all on hermit for a bit and got therapy and got my crap together. Then I rebuilt, and even though you can't escape struggles or the mental illnesses I have, my life is infinitely better. It's not even worth comparing. Honestly, the moment you realize you need to cut a lot of people in your life is the moment your life is going to completely change. The day my now ex-husband and I started a verbal argument, and I saw that each of my 3 kids had picked up something to use as a weapon to defend me in case he got rough with me. That broke my heart, and I knew it was time for a change. I loathe and despise every moment of my life. Work hard at dead-end jobs to try and save up money, only to get completely screwed out of it and sent back to nothing. Never been on a vacation, and have always been stuck living in the home I grew up in. Each day is a struggle to get out of bed just to do anything. The only motivation I have is hanging out with my brother and playing games. It always felt/feels like nothing I do will matter in the end. My current job, I'm constantly treated like crap no matter how hard I work, and they do nothing about the people who cause it. But I decided to start going to a trade school after 7 years of different manufacturing places that never worked out, so here's hoping. I'm working on it now. I drink to be drunk every day. I've gained so much weight recently, I never exercise or get enough sleep. I call out of work constantly. I'm in a huge amount of debt. I was diagnosed with bipolar a year ago and let it destroy me. I'm in pain and I'm a mess. A month or 2 ago, I realized I have this beautiful, wonderful woman in front of me who wants to marry me and start a life and have a family, and if I don't shape up, I'm going to lose her. I've worked the debt out and have a 3-year plan to get out of it completely. I'm in bi-weekly therapy. I'm waking up every morning early, meditating, and walking. I'm trying to value myself. I'm on a supervised smoothie cleanse this week to try to jumpstart my healthy eating next. I'm trying, and I'll screw up, and I'll try again. The day I purchased size 40 pants for the first time, I was 21 years old and thought to myself, if I am this overweight at 21 years old, what is it going to be like in a few years' time? 4 years later, comfortably fitting in size 34 pants, healthier and much happier. Getting healthy and fit is easy, and I strongly believe everyone can do it. All you require is a strong will and loads of dedication. I'm at this point now. I'm 34, a size 40, and pretty much hate looking at myself in the mirror. Earlier today, I was in a group picture, and after looking at it, felt deeply ashamed of myself. I never weigh myself because of the dread of seeing that number on a scale. I have a 15-month-old son, which should be enough for me to get serious about my health, especially given a family history of heart disease, and don't want to die in the next 10 years. I fear if I don't do something soon, it will be too late. My problem is, I'm a lazy frig. I've had massive self-loathing and anxiety related to my appearance for years and keep telling myself to make a change, but when push comes to shove, there's no motivation. I need to change this so bad. Frig, sorry for ranting. Your comment hit home. When you're in denial about needing to lose weight, it's easy to look in the mirror at the right angle and with the right lighting and tell yourself, it isn't that bad. But then someone tags you in a candid picture and you genuinely have to think, wow, that's what I look like? Lost 30 pounds in high school because of something like that. I'm experiencing this right now. I look great in mirrors and pictures I take, but anything candid makes me look like a land whale. Same thing happened in high school as well, except so far I was actually successful about changing it in high school, while now I am not. When I stepped on a scale at 13 and weighed 215 pounds, I immediately changed my diet and started exercising almost every day, lost 60 pounds over a year, then put on 30 pounds in muscle. I still have body issues because of my weight when I was young, but I feel so good now at 182. I got sick of feeling like crap from sleeping/napping weird hours, drinking water only once a day at most, and not showering that often. It became a dangerous cycle of not caring about my hygiene that I just decided to force myself one day. Of course, it took more days of just getting into the proper mentality, but all it took, at the moment, was simply telling myself to get up, drink water, and shower. I saw showering as a way to cleanse myself of dirt from yesterday, both literally and figuratively. Drinking water proved to be extremely beneficial once my acne calmed down and I felt more hydrated. I literally drink water when I feel thirsty. I'm finally not tired anymore, not as fatigued as before, and able to care for my physical health through exercising. My body thanks me for finally caring for it, and I'm now happier than ever. At a Denny's. Late at night, I was there with the girl I was pursuing and her friends, one of which sent back a bagel several times for not being toasted enough, then being too toasted, then being white bread, then being not white bread. The group was about 7, including myself. While the girl I was pursuing was amazing herself, her friends were obnoxious, but I typically chalk that up to being youthful. It takes all types, various other excuses, but that bagel situation made the scales from my eyes fall away. I was suddenly aware of just how loud our group was, and how the servers avoided us, how rude the group was openly and loudly complaining of such bad service. I started evaluating what it was I was doing and if this was a path I wanted to go down. I gradually faded out of the girl's life. I didn't want to be confrontational and don't think it's right to use ultimatums of your friends or me at that time. There was another more personal experience that happened a bit later that only further confirmed my decision was the right one. And that brings us to the end of the video, Narwhals. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to leave a like. That really helps the channel grow. And make sure to tap the subscribe button below and join our awesome YouTube community, the Narwhals. And today's question of the day is, what was the moment in your life when you realized it was time to change? So what was the moment you kind of realized, okay, I gotta make a change? Go ahead and comment that in the comment section below. Thank you for watching this video. And until next time, have a good one, Narwhals.